Okay, hello students. So I will walk through how to factorize quadratic expression. I'll say quadratic expression here because we didn't write it like a function. It's just trinomial with. And so the question is, what two factors? So what goes in these two parentheses so that when you use the box method, if you do this, you get this answer. Uh, if you see this, there's the very first one is n squared. It means it is 1 times n squared. It means it is n times n. So the only option that is left for us here is we can put so three different ways to do. One is you put an n here and an n here, and n times n is n squared. And the number that is the last number is minus 56. That will go directly here, minus 56. Now we need to figure out what are the two uh, terms that add up to minus 1 here. There's a minus 1 here. So all you do is you try to split this 56 into pair of factors. So we need to have a pair of factors. So one thing is 56 is 1 times 56. 2 also divides 56. So 2 times half of 56 is 2 goes 2 times and it becomes 28. So 3 does not go. Does 3 does not divide 56? 4 divides. How many times? 4 times 1 is 4 and 4 times 4 is also. Does 5 divide? No. Does go 6 divide 56? No. What about 7? 7 multiplies 8 is 56. So this, now I'm going to put this as a box. The reason is because there is a minus 56 right here. See? So one of them has to be plus. There's a minus. So this minus 56 decides that you're going to pick a pair of factor that when you subtract, you end up getting minus 1 here. So among this, these two will never give. If you subtract 1 from 56, it will be 55. So it's not. So you're supposed to get a minus 1. So this also, if you do subtract 2 from 20, it will never give you 1. This also. So this is the only option left where you take away 7 from 8 is 56. So we can pick, and but because this is minus 56, so it is minus 56. One of them has to be positive, one of them. So the question is it going to be this? Sorry, minus 8, or is it going to be minus 7 and 50? So which one we have to pick? So one of them we have to pick. So if you see this, the first one, if you pick, it means do they add up to? So the thing is, we need to check whether you get minus this minus 1. Do you get minus 1? And if I put this one right here, so it is plus 7 and minus 8. And so plus 7n and minus 7n. And if I choose this one, it is minus 7n plus 8n. Now you don't even have to write this n. You can just say which one, if you combine, gives you. We need to know which one combines to get. So if I combine plus 7 and with minus 8, the answer is minus 1. And if I use this minus 7 and combine the plus 8, of course, this will give you plus 1. But the one that we have here is n square minus n minus 56. It's n square minus 1n minus 56. So we have to pick these two values. So your answer is going to be here is nn, and the other numbers will be minus 7 and plus 8, minus 7 and plus 8, and you're done. So this is how you can work out and figure out the two factors in the factored form. Or you may want to use the box method straight away, but eventually you're going to. And there's another method is that's also a beautiful method where you split the middle term instead of minus one. Now you did everything you picked. This is what you picked up. You pick this two, and now all you do is the red one. Let me see. This is minus n, so I'm gonna write it minus 7 n plus. Sorry, I'll have to use. Uh, I made a mistake here. It should be. It should be. This should be. This is the correct one. So plus 8 and minus. So this is plus 8. Sorry, plus 7 and minus 8. So this is plus 7. This is plus 7 and minus 8. Now, another way to do this is the right way to do is in the pre-algebra you've seen in algebra 1, it is this way. So there's a minus 1 and you're going to write the n square and minus 56 exactly the same. Only thing this minus 1n you're going to write minus you write plus 7n and minus 8n because they together gives you this part, right? And now you factorize this. So when you factorize, what does it mean is undo distributive property. That's n which divides. So n which is common. So you pick the n outside and then write down what is remaining, n times n, and then plus 7. So if you use distributive property, you end up getting that. And in the second one, there's a minus 8, right? Minus 8 and the parenthesis is n. Now there is a minus sign that changes to plus because there's a minus outside, so minus times plus is minus. So this 56, 8 times 7 is 56. Once you get this and you realize that this plus n plus 7 is the same factor for both, so because you're multiplying n times n plus 7, here also n plus 7, so kind of you multiply n plus 7 is the same. So let me use the black color. So this is n plus 7. So this n plus 7 is common for both terms. And when you write, so what stays inside will be the blue. So this n will stay and this minus stays, and that's why I write minus a. So I just thought of showing you the right way. This is the right way, and the one that I showed is just a shortcut. So you just have to put two parentheses. So we are going to use this method, the shortcut method. Let me walk through another problem. So this question is b square. So the first step is always put two parentheses and there's a b square, right? So you put a b and a b here. Remember there's a 1 times b square. Some other time it will be like 2b square maybe or 3b square or that, and we are going to use the another method for that. So now the last number is plus 8, right? So all you're looking up is factors of 8, pair of factors. So what are the pair of factors you can think of? 1 times 8 is 8, and another way is 2 times 4 also is. Now which among this adds up to, so the minuses. So you want to know which one adds to 6. The main is the 6, right? So I want you to focus this 6. So you can clearly see this that 2 and 4 add up to 6. But the question is, uh, it is plus it, right? So that means when we talk about adding, either both should be plus numbers or they should be both should be minus because plus 8 you can get only if I write plus 2 and plus 4 is plus 8. Plus 8 also is minus 2 and minus 4 also is plus 8. So the question is what should we select? Should we select the first one or the second one? And because this is minus 6, this is minus 6 there. That matters now. So because there's a minus 6 and minus 2 and minus 6 combine to get minus 8. So that's why we're going to use this one with minus 2 and minus 4. So these are the two answers, minus 2 and minus 4. You can clearly see if you multiply these two, you end up getting plus 8. And if you if you make the sum of this, that means sum, when I say sum means could be add or subtract, but because both are minus, you add up. So minus 2 and minus 4 here it is minus 2 and minus 4. This is minus 4. Sorry, I made a mistake there. So hope that helps. Let's do another one third. So as we progress, I hope that helps. If you see this question, first thing that there is a first step always is better to check all these numbers are divided by number. You can clearly see that 2 divides 2, 2 divides 6, and 2 divides 108. But if you write this, you can't just divide, you have to also multiply. That means when you do this, what is left is 2 divides 1 times, so 1n square. 2 divides 6 3 times, so it is plus 3n. And 2 divides 108 minus half of 10 is 5, 54. Now the next step is you're writing is 2 parentheses, and because there is n square, n, and the question is what goes right here. So, and you see there's a minus 54. Now this minus means is you want to figure out pair of factors that subtract to get 3. So you want to get a 3 here, right? So there is a 3. So what are the factors of 54? What are the pair of factors? So if it is 54, 1 times 54 is 54. 54 also is 2 times, and half of it is 2, 7. And 54 also 3 divides, so 3 times. So 3 times, how much is? So you see 3 goes closest 5 is 3 times 1. And 3 8 times 24. Now, then is there another more there? So 54 is, does 4 divides? No. 5 divides? No. 6 goes, and 6 goes 9 times 54. Now you think of that these are the only one, and you can clearly see in order to have this plus 3, which pair when you subtract gives you 3 is the only way it is 9 and 3. So you take away 6 from 9, sorry, 6 from 9, you get 3. So the question is, uh, what do I put? So how do I put? One of them has to be positive. I'll write here, one of them has to be negative, because when you multiply, it has to be minus 54, right? So plus 6, so do I use plus 6 and minus 9 is better option? Or is it uh, minus 6 and plus 9 is better. Now, if we add this way, see if we combine this, so that answer is minus 3. And if you combine the down one, you get plus 3. But because there is a plus 3 right here, this is the better option. So minus 6 and plus 9, and you put minus 6 here and plus 9, and you're done. So all you do is, again I walk through this and watch this. Because of this minus, you think of pair of factors that subtract to get 3, and then you select, okay, 6 take away from 9 is 3, and then after that think of this plus sign and decide which number should be positive and which number should be negative. So let's do one more. Okay. In this example, you can divide, but the first step is divide by 2. So that's one. You can clearly see you can't just divide by 2. You also have to multiply by 2. And then what remains is this 2 goes away, you get k squared. 2 divides 11, so 11k. And 2 divides 30, right? So plus 30. And once you're done with this, then we need to put 2 parentheses. See, one is k and the k. Now, the number here is plus 30. So you're looking out for the two pair of factor of 30. So 1 times 30, and you want to look out for the one that add up to this plus 11. So when do you think you can use your common sense and get the answer? But I still would like to write all this. So 2 times 15 is 30, and 3 times 10 is 30, and 5 times 6 is 30. And among this, you can clearly see 5 and 6 adds 2. So if I add 5 plus and 6, if I add, you get 11. But the question is, what is to be positive and negative? So that's where you have to be careful. Now, because it is plus 11, both will be plus, and that way you get plus 11. And you write plus 5 and plus 11, and you're done. So this is how you're supposed to do. Let's do another one. Okay, now this is problem number 19, and you can clearly see that uh, uh, there's already one here, so you just have to put two factors, and the variable is the p. And how do you split 10? 1 times 10 is 10, and other option is 2 times 5 is 10. But then uh, we need to know there is a plus sign. There's a plus means you want to know which one add up to 11, correct? And you can clearly see 1 and 10 adds 1 and 10 adds to 11. But then it is plus. So if it is plus, so they both have to be plus plus. That's the only way you get 11. So the two answer is plus 10 and plus 11, and you're done. Plus 1 and plus 10. So another. Okay, this is question number 21, and you can see there is a 2 which divides. So divide 2. So when you divide, you also have to multiply. You can't just do only dividing. So 2 times what stays is this 2 goes away. This also goes. This 2 divides to 4 2 times. So what is left over is p square plus 1p and minus 2. And now you have to write two parentheses. So p times p. Now what all you do is, what are the factors of 2? And this one is, I have to subtract. You look out for two pair of factors that subtract to get the middle term, middle number 1, this 1. And you can see the only option for, so 2 is, how do you split 2 is 1 times 2 is 2. And then clearly see, you take away 2 and 1 from 2, if you subtract, you get 1. But the question is, which one should be minus and which one should be plus? Because this is plus 1. Okay, so it has to be plus 2 and minus 1. That's the only way you can get plus 1. So the answer is plus 2 and minus 2 and minus 1. Okay, so like I just thought of showing as many, all the odd ones so that you can do the even ones. Now you can't, you see there's 1 here, so directly we can write two factors with the xx, and then there's a plus, so there's a plus, so you're looking out for two factors that add up to 15. So you want to get a 15 first, right? So how do I break this? Or you can make a table also for this. See, I can make a table like this and say and do like this also. So okay, you can start with 1 times 50 is 50, see, or 2 times 25 is 50, and another one you can think is 5 times 10 is 50. These are the only option, and then you can see which among these add up to. So if I want to add, this will be 51, this will be 27, this will be 15. So this is the right choice. So, but the thing is, there's a minus 15, right? So both should be minus so that you get minus 15. So minus 10 plus minus 5 together is minus 15. And that's why we use minus 10 and minus 5. Hope that helps. Let's do another one. Now, the variable that is used for this problem is p square. So put a p there, p. And then you see there's a negative. So this negative means subtraction. So it means one of them has to be positive, one of them has to be negative. That's what that means. And then you think of, okay, subtract. So look out for the number that subtract to get 3. So if it is 18, so how do I split this 18 as? So the option for 18 is, I think 1 times 18 is 18, 2 times 9 is 18, and 3 times 6 is 18. So these are the pair. First pair, this is first pair, this is second pair, and this is third pair. And you can see which among these, when you subtract, so that's why it says subtract. And you can see the last one. If you subtract 18 and 1, it is 7. If you subtract 2 from 9, it is 7. If you subtract 3 from 6, it is 3. So there you go. You got this 3, but then there is this plus 3. So if to have the plus 3, the bigger one will take plus and the smaller one will take minus, right? So this answer will be plus 6 and minus 3, and you're done. If you go on the page 1, the first page, what is the difference you see, the one that we did earlier and this one is, you see there's a 3 here. It's not just regular p square. There's, if it is 1 p square, so then it becomes easy to put a pp and you can work it out. But if there is a 3 p square, so this is of the form quadratic expression with bx plus c, where the a, the coefficient of x square, this this a is is not 1. It is something different. So how do we go about doing this kind of problem? So first step is I'll do the regular method that you used in the earlier class. Is okay. Is what all you do is this 3 and this -5 multiply. So you multiply 3 and -5, you end up getting -15, and then you split this -15. What two factors? Like 3. So 1 times 15 is 15, and another one you can think of 3 and 5. Now among this, which one is subtracts to get 2p odd? So it's so the one you can see, if you subtract 1 and 15, it will be 14. If you subtract 3 from 5, you get 2. But because there is a -2, the big one will be minus, and small one is plus. So what this basically means is it's instead of -2p, we are going to replace it by plus 3p and minus 5p. So this will be replaced by, so that will mean 3p square. This is replaced by plus 3p and minus 5p, and then you two terms, this and this, and factorize. So what is that factorize mean? What you see is common in this is, you can see 3p is common. So 3 is common and p also is common. There are two p's here. So when you take 3p outside, one of the p will remain and plus 1, because it's like you pulling out the 3. So when you pull out the 3, this 3 will be taken off, so that's out. And there's one of the p is taken off, so you p plus 1 is remaining. In the second two terms, there's a -5. So you can see there's a 5, which is a common factor. So I'm going to write -5 and then p. Now you have to be very careful. There's a minus sign. This changes to plus, because when you use the distributive property this way, then you really have to get back your original answer. So all you do is just put plus 5, and then you realize that this p plus 1, sorry, this is 1. So this p plus 1 and this p plus 1 is common. So I'll put p plus 1 outside, and what remaining is this 3p and minus 5p, and that's the answer. So you're done. So the question is this really true? So some of you may say, hey, is this really true? And we can always check with the box method that that's really true. I'll check it out very fast. So if you want to really know, is make a box and use the FOIL method also and put, okay, this is p plus 1, and this becomes 3 minus 5, and you multiply this 2, you get 3p square. If you multiply this 2, you get minus 5p. If you multiply this and this, you get 3p, and if you multiply plus 1 and minus 5, you get minus 5. And clearly you can check that diagonally these are like terms, they combine to get minus 2p. So this 3p square is right here, this minus 5 is right here, and this together is minus 2p is right here, and you are right. But are we going to do this? So instead of the one that I showed, we can do another easier way, and that we use two parentheses and just a divide. So if there is a 3p square, just put a 3p right here, put a 3p here, and put a 3 down. I'm just giving an example. If there was 4x square minus 7x and plus 8, all you would do is, because there's 4 there, put a 4x, and divide by 4. This is like a trick. If there is a 5y square minus 3y and minus 7, all you do is two factors with 5y, and divide by 5. So this is how it works. So let's see, the one that we have is, and after this, you multiply this, you get minus 15, and try to look up for. So now, because there's a minus, you're looking up for subtraction. So which one? So what are your options here? So I'll make a little 1, 2 only. So 1 times 15 is 15, and 3 times 5 is also 15. So among these, you can see which one subtracts to get 2, and you can see it is this one is 14 and this one is 2. So this is the best bet. So the only thing you should be very careful, there's minus 2. Okay, so there is a minus 2. So I'm gonna put minus 5, the bigger one, and plus 3. And that way you get minus. So your answer is going to be minus 5 and plus 3. And after that, within one step, you are done. How? So this 3 eventually has to be, somehow it has to get cancelled out. So this 3, I'm going to use up for the second factor, that is 3p plus 3. And here you divide by 3. And I'm going to put this like 1, see? And now you can cross out the 3. 3 divides 3 one times, and 3 divides 3 one time. So your final answer is 3p minus 5 and p plus 1, and you're done. So this is how you can factorize. So let's do another one, and I'm going to walk through a few more so that we get a hang of this. Okay, look up. So the first step, as I said, so the first step is you put two parentheses. There is a 3, put a 3p right here, and then also divide by 3. Now, multiply the first coefficient of n square and this, that is 3 times 4, and if you multiply 3 times 4, you get plus 12, right? So that means there is a plus sign. You're looking out for which two factors that add up. So this is, make a box. And what are the options? I think there are three: 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. And among these, which add up to, to 8. And you can clearly see this is the one which adds to this one, adds to 8. So the question is the sign. There's a minus sign. So because there's a minus, you put both minus. And that's why this is minus 8. So this will be minus 2 and minus 8. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake there. Minus 6 and minus 8. Let me take this. So all you get is minus 6 and minus 2. Now, this 3 that is there in the denominator, you use up for this one. And you can directly say, hey, 3 divides 3 one time, 3 divides 6 two times. So all you left is p minus 2 and 3p minus 2, and you're done. So this is how you have to do this, because when you go to the college, there would be higher level mathematics where there's something called integration, and they may ask you this kind of question: what is the integral of 3n square minus 8n plus 4 and dn, and you want to figure out what is this integral of this whole thing. So you have to write those two factors and use partial fraction to find a over b, this one, and b over this. So a lot of things in future, but so that's why you have to be strong enough right here. So I hope this is taken care. Let's do another one. Okay, step one is there's a 2v, right? So you put 2v here, 2v here, and then there is and then divide by 2. Now multiply the first number and the last number, and you see it's plus 10, and it's like it's adding. There's a plus sign. Look out for the number that add up. So 10 can be splitted into 1 times 10 is 10, and 2 times 5 is 10. And clearly you can see that these two things add up to 11, right? But because there is a plus, you put plus 10 and plus 1. That way you get plus 11. So the two values are plus 10 and plus 1. Now you can cross out this to divide this one, and this to also divide this one. So all you get is v plus 5 and 2v plus 1. So sometimes there would be question is the same problem could be written as a function, a given function in standard form is 2x squared plus 11x and plus 5, and they say, hey, factorize. So all you get is these two answers, and say, okay, it is 2x, sorry, the answer is here x. So the answer, yeah, it is x plus 5 and 2x plus 1, and then you want to know when is this going to be 0, what are the zeros of that. So when is this? So you just have to say each one of them has to be 0. So directly say, hey, x has to be opposite of plus 5, which is minus 5. And the other one is is there's 1 here. Opposite of plus 1 is minus 1. And this is 2 times, so you just divide. And these are the zeros of the quadratic function. So sometimes the questions are somewhat difficult. Like there's a 7 here. The first thing you're going to write is 7a and 7a and divide by 7. Now look at that 7. Somehow this 7 has to go away, right? So first of all, 7 times 28. What is 7 times 28? So if you multiply 28 and 7, and you end up getting 196. Now that 196 is plus. So you're looking up 196, and you want to break this into what are the factors of 190? One is 1 times 196 is and even 2 goes, right? So if I say 2 half of 19 is 2, closest I can think is 2 9 18, and then 1 stay to 98. Now 3 won't go, you can check. 4 will not, 4 divides. So how many times 4 goes? The closest you can think 4 times 4 is 16. So if you want to know how much is 4 goes, you can do like this, and you will see 4 times 4 is 16 and 4 49. So we have 49, 49. So there will be more. Now does, because 3 does not go 3, so for 5 will never divide 190, so 96. 6 will, so if you can see 3 does not go, so now, but what about 7? Remember there's a 7, so there's a positive 7 has to go. And you can see if you work this out, 197, what 7, how many times is 196? You will see it is 49. So you'll see you'll have to do this. 7 goes 2 times 14, and if you subtract, you get 56, and 7, 8, 56, right? So this way you know that it is 28. And look at these two numbers, they add up. Now 28. So question is, which two pair add up to plus to 53, right? So if you see this will not add, this will not add, this is a better option because you can clearly see this one is 53, and the question is there is a plus, so you have to use both plus sign, right? So your value. hmm? Okay, so I'm going to use this one. So this is plus 49, and the other one is plus 4. And you can clearly see the 7 which is there in the denominator. This 7, instead of writing here, I can put it right here, and then you can say, hey, 7 divides 7, and 7 also divides 49 7 times. So your final answer is a plus 7 and 7a plus 4, and you are done. Okay, if they had to ask a equation, quadratic equation, what are the zeros of the quadratic equation? It will just write opposite of plus 7 is minus 7, and the other one is opposite of 4 is minus 4, and divide by 7, and you're done. This kind of problem, before you really want to, so before you work this out, check there if there is any number that divides all of them, and you can see that 3 divides. So I'm going to divide by 3, and then when you divide by 3, you also have to multiply, right? So you just cannot multiply divide, but so 3, so it becomes 3. What stays is 3 goes, 3 divides 5 times, correct? So you remain with 5n square. 3 divides 9 times, so minus 9n, and 3 divides 2 times, so minus 2. And now we can use that the method that I showed. So it is 5n square, put 5n right here, and then divide by 5. And then you have to multiply the first number, this 5 times 2. Remember, there's a minus sign, thinking of subtracting. So you want to think of subtraction. So 5 times 2 is minus 10, right? So minus 10, and the box I'll make. So what are the factors of this is 1 times 10, 2 times 5. Among these, which one subtracts to get to get minus 9? So there's a minus 9 here, and you can clearly see you take away 1 from 10, it is 9. But because you need to get minus 9, I'll put a bigger number with minus, the smaller one with plus. So those are the one, this minus 10 will go right here, and this plus 1 goes right here. And then, okay, and then divide. 5 divides this, 5 divides 2 times. So your answer is 3, n minus 2, 5n plus 1, and then done. So this is how The practice is the best teacher, even though I'm showing so many of them. But I want you to get a hang of that, hey, that's minus. So you look up for the pair of factors that subtract to get the middle number 9. And that's what I was doing with this table. So you should show the table to see how it works. So in your paper, this problem number 9 is not there. If you can please write down there on top of it, okay? I'm gonna do the problem number 11. Okay, watch this. This is 4n square 15. None of them, you can't divide it all. There's no common factor, right? So all you do is first you multiply this. The first step is, right, let's write this. There's a 4n. So I'll put 4n and 4n. And then multiply this 4 times 25. What is 4 times negative, sorry, negative 25 is minus 100. So your main number is minus 100. So you want to make kind of make a box. So what are the two numbers that multiply? So 1 times 100 is 100. 2 times 50 also is 100. 5 times 20 is 100. And 10 times 10 also is 100. So these are the options, right? Among this, which one subtract? Because there's a minus sign means you look up for pairs that subtract. And you can see this pair, you take away 5 from 20, see, you take away 5 from 20, you get 15, and that's 15 is right here. But then you need to have a minus. So to get a minus 15, bigger one has to be minus and the smaller one has to be, so minus 20 and plus. What I missed in this is I forgot to divide by 5 there. Remember? Not 5, 4. So you divide by 4. So there is a, because there is a 4 here, you use 4, then 4 and 4. And then finally, this one, just want to write one more step. I'll write this 4 below the first one, parenthesis, and the second parenthesis is left as it is. And you can see this basically means if you get confused why, it means you are using the property of division. This denominators distributes both, and that's how that 4, sorry, this 4, and this 4 goes away, and this 4 divides 5 times, and you get n minus 5, and the other one is 4n plus 5, and you're done. Now, in this example, there's a 4 again, so let's write 4n, and again 4n, and then divide by 4. Now, there's a plus, so you're looking out for two pair of factors that add up. When you multiply, it becomes plus 16. So you want to make the main number is minus 16. So you want to write down pair of factors. So 1 times 16 is 16, 2 times 8 is 16, and 4 times 4 also is 16. And you can see which one gives you 17. And you can see this one is combines to 17, but because it is minus, you'll have to have both minus. So this answer is minus 16, and this answer is minus 1. And you can clearly see the bottom 4 divides this 4 one time. It divides 16 also 4 times. So the answer is what is remaining is, and you're done. Let's go another. Watch this. So in this problem, there is a 6x square. So the first step is put 6x right here, 6x right here, and then divide by the 6, correct? Now, there is a plus sign. So this is plus, or when you multiply this, 6 times plus 6 is plus 36. So that means you're thinking of adding two pairs that add up. And for this 36, there's a lot of option for 36. I can think of at least 4. I think 1 times 36 is 36. 2 times 18 is 36. 3 times 12 is 36. And 6 times 6 also is 36. And among them, which one add up? Look at this, add up to this 37. See this 37? So this is 37 is the best bet, and because this the second one adds to 20, this has to 15, and this has to 12. So this won't help, right? So only the first one. The question is whether it both take plus plus or minus. And you can see there's a plus sign here. So I'm going to use plus plus. So this becomes plus 36 and plus 1, and then you cross out 6 divides 6 and 6 divides 6. So your answer is x plus 6 and 6x plus 1. Okay. So many examples. Let's do another one. Look, so if you see this problem, again you have the 6 and minus. This time it is minus 6, right? So if it's minus, you think of subtraction. So this, first of all, first the factors are 6n, 6n, and 6 down. And then when you multiply these two, you get minus 36. And last time we did a box, and we saw that what are the pair of the factors of 31, 36, 2, and 18 is 36, 3, and 12, and 6, and 6. But among these, which one, if you subtract, so the thing you look out for which one when you subtract at 5. And you can see the only option that you have is, yeah, and I think I missed the 4 also divides, right? So I think 4 goes 9 times, and this together, if you see, is and you can see that 6 and this, when you look up for this tool, when you subtract, you get 5. But because there's a sorry, there's a plus 5, the bigger one takes positive, the smaller one takes negative. So all you do is put plus 9 and minus 4. Now there is a little confusion here. So how do we can't just take, if you see this 6 that is the denominator, it may divide this 6, but it does not go for 9. See, it may divide this 6, it does not divide 4. So all you do is split this 6. We'll try to write it as, instead of 6, 6 as can be written as 3 times and 2. So you work out this one separate and that separate. So 3 divides 6 two times. So you get 2n, and 3 divides 9 three times. So it is 2n plus 3, the first one. Got it. And this 2 divides this one 3 times. So you get 3n, and divides 4 two times. So you're done. So this is how you're supposed to do. I hope. So I did quite a number of problems. That means almost we did, I think I did 15, and yeah, 1, 3, 5. Let's do another one then, so that you really, really get. In this problem you can see there's a 8. I can think that there's a 4 which divides all of them. So you can write this as, and then if you divide, you also have to multiply. So it is 4 times, what stays is 4 goes 16 4 times, so 4b square. 4 divides 15 times, so it is plus 15. And 4 divides uh, 25. So this becomes plus, so this is 15b and plus 25. And now you write 4, 2 parentheses. So because there is a 4, so you write 4b, and divide by 4. And then 4 times 25 is 100. Okay, so I think I missed that minus sign. So this is minus. So when you multiply 4 times 20, negative 25, get minus 100. And you look up for the factors of this 1 times 100. And because there's a minus sign, you look up for factors that multiply to get, subtract uh, to get plus 15. So we want to know which one will be 15. And you can see 4 is 25, and 10 goes 10 times. And I think I missed 5. 5 goes 25. 5 goes 20, right? And you can, this one I have to pick because there's a plus 15. So the only way to get plus 15, so what numbers subtract? So what two pair of factor, when you subtract, you get 15, right? And because it is plus 15, it has to be plus 15. So the bigger one takes plus, the smaller one takes minus. So plus 20 and minus 5. And then you can clearly see that this 4 divides 24 5 times. So what's remaining is 4b plus 5 and 4b minus 5. And you're done. So it is almost like 45 minutes. So let me see if I can do one. In case you get a negative, now there's a negative, so best thing you divide by -1, all of them, and let's see, and then also multiply by negative. It means it is -1 outside. What stays inside is 6a squared minus plus 25 because this two negative and then become positive, so you get 25a, and then this negative and negative become positive, you get 25, correct? And now you write down this as -1, and again the same story, 6a, and divide by 6. And there is a plus sign, so you are looking up two pair of factors that, so you multiply 6 and 25. So what is 25 times 6 will be 150, and you have to split 150. What are the factors of 150? So that when you add up, you get 25. So you can see what number add up to 25, and I'm sorry, this is minus, right? Oh, this is plus sign. So because of the time, I'm going to show directly. You can see there's 150, right? This is plus 150. So we can say 10 times 15 is 150, and both has to be plus, so that the answer is 25. So this is 25. So I'm going to put positive 15 and positive 10 and split this 6 into 2 and 3. So I'll just take off the 6, and then you can see this is minus, and you can see this 2 divides 3a, and it divides 5 times, so 3a plus 5. This 3 divides 2 times, so 2a, and it divides 5 times. Sorry. Uh, Oh, I did it too fast quickly. This should be opposite. I'm sorry. So 3 should be on the left. This should be 3, and this side should be 2. So 3 goes 2 times, and 3 to goes, so it is 2a plus 5. And the other one is 2 goes 3 times, and 2 goes 5 times. So you get 3a plus 5, and you're done. So hope this way you will continue. I want you to the rest of the problem. Please do it yourself. Okay. And make sure show the work and turn